What's up, bitches? It's Wheezy again. Figured it was about time I did another commentary. I haven't done one since, obviously, my last Prestige, but it's been quite a while. I'm Prestige 4 now. I think I'm around a level 48, so I've waited a little long into this Prestige to do a commentary, although I guess time-wise it hasn't been that long since double XP for the map pack really helped out. Speaking of which, this game is one of my first few, I don't even remember when, on the map pack. Demolition on Storm. The reason I posted this game is to kind of show some of what I've been doing more recently, which is playing objective games and kind of saying to hell with my kill to death and actually going for objectives. And this is one of the better examples I've found of a good hard-fought game where I wasn't getting a really good kill to death ratio, but I was giving up a lot of deaths to fight to defend and defuse objectives and such. And it's a long match, so it's going to be broken into two parts, so I'll have plenty of time to talk about stuff. I'm going to try and avoid talking too much about the problems that still exist with this game, because everyone at this point already knows. So we're going to see what else we can talk about. Considering this video, probably the first thing to talk about would be the map pack. And the first thing, well, what should be the first thing that everybody thinks about when they think about the map pack, is how Activision overcharged for it. It has been a pretty standard kind of pricing scheme for map packs for first-person shooters since Xbox Live started doing that you'd get anywhere between 3-4 maps, usually for about $10. And granted, Infinity Ward released 5 maps, but adding 1, maybe 2 extra maps that are rehashes of old maps and then increasing the price by 50% is a little ridiculous. But again, you can blame evil Activision for that more so than Infinity Ward. But I'm sure everyone's reaping the benefits of the ducats. Because, I mean, honestly, who's not going to buy this map pack that has Modern Warfare 2 and plays it a lot? Yeah, it sucks. And especially since I had to buy 2 copies. I bought one for Pip, my wife. So it was a $10 increase for me. But those bastards are going to get money any way they can. And on a game this popular, I don't know what the fuck that guy was doing. You see him spin in the air there? Anyway. Oh, and just motherfucker. Okay, sorry. So yeah, overcharged for the map pack, I think, because Overgrown and Crash, which I'm glad that they're pretty much direct copies. They are direct copies, so a couple buildings in Overgrown, Infinity Ward slapped some paint inside of them, and in Crash, it's the exact same, except rooms are just randomly filled with shit now, which is weird. I don't know. It doesn't look like they put a whole lot of work into those 2 maps to bring them to Modern Warfare 2, so I don't think it was worth an extra 50% price increase. But I bought 2 copies anyway, so I can't really talk because I'm not really taking a moral stand against being overcharged for DLC. Meh, what you gonna do? So yeah, but other than that, I really liked the map pack. I loved Crash. It was my favorite map, Call of Duty 4. And I've noticed that I've got a lot of my most recent saved videos from when I was playing the Stimulus playlist when the map pack first came out, and a lot of the games I've got were on Crash. And I don't know if that's just a coincidence or because I liked Crash so much that I just do better there. So Crash is good. Overgrown was never my favorite map, or even really one of my favorite maps, but it's not bad, and it actually plays a lot better in Modern Warfare 2 than it did in Call of Duty 4, because Call of Duty 4 was more designed for close quarters, smaller maps. You know, Overgrown was one of the few bigger maps in the game, and it always seemed kind of spaced out and slower. But in Modern Warfare 2, it kind of fits pretty well with kind of how they've gone larger scale and everything. A little more open room for kill streaks and whatnot. So those 2, I'm glad they brought them. The 3 that they created, I think, are good. Storm, I like this one a lot. There's only it's pretty straightforward. It's not too confusing. There's places for people to kind of hide, but nothing that I've seen so far that's been really horrible about this map. It's got a good flow to it. It's got good paths that are hard to really lock people into, so there's not a lot of spawn trapping or spawn camping in it. So I really like Storm. I like what's it called? Salvage is a good one. It's a little more. It's a lot more close quarters, kind of alleyways and stuff. So it kind of promotes watching choke points, which isn't a bad thing. That's kind of it's kind of what Call of Duty's about. But I don't know. It's a good mix of kind of having corners to go around and do some close quarter stuff, and having relatively long lines of sight to set up choke points and stuff like that. So I like it as well. And what was the last one? Bailout. Bailout's a good one as well. It's depending on what objective mode you're playing, there can be some objective locations that are easy to defend. And I mean that in a bad way, that they're easy for the other team to lock down and kind of make it impossible for you to do anything about it. But in general, it's a good mix of kind of closer range indoors and longer range outdoors. So, in all, I like the new map pack. So, I expect to enjoy playing that, and I haven't really gotten to the point where I've stayed in the Stimulus playlist, because I don't like them so much that I don't want to play other maps, because the same 5 maps was getting old. But mixing it into the normal playlists, it does kind of help me appreciate a lot of the design mistakes they made in the other modes, and the other maps that they created, I should say, at release, that they've rectified somewhat in these maps. So it's kind of like, hey, if only you'd have pulled your head out of your ass before. But anyway, good map pack, too expensive. I think I'm going to try and spend the second half of this video talking more about, maybe not this gameplay in particular, but gameplay in general. Because I don't talk about that a lot. I talk about what's fucked up about Modern Warfare 2 and this and that. So I'll actually try to discuss somewhat of kind of my philosophy for playing the game in the next part of this video, since this is going to be the end of this round here in a second. And yeah, like I said, I've been playing a lot more objective games. They just give me more of a purpose, and even though I don't get the ridiculous kill counts that I do in some of the normal, say standard like ground war game modes like Team Deathmatch, and even though it's objective based, Domination is really just kind of kill whoring and occasional flag capping. So been enjoying the objective games. So this round is over here, and we'll get to the second half here in a sec.